Kicking off our interview readiness series, let's talk about researching the company. Why is this step so crucial for candidates, and what resources should they prioritize?
Great starting point. Thorough company research signals genuine interest and helps you tailor answers. Besides the company website, check LinkedIn for recent updates and platforms like Glassdoor for employee insights. It's like preparing for a chess match. You want to understand your opponent's moves and style.
That chess analogy really makes it clear. But some might wonder, how deeply should they investigate recent company news or values?
Depth matters. Knowing surface facts isn't enough. Referencing a new product launch or a recent award during your interview demonstrates initiative. According to a 2022 Career Builder survey, 47% of hiring managers said tailored answers based on company knowledge made candidates stand out.
So, integrating this intel into your responses is key. Let's transition to understanding the specific job role, which often goes hand in hand with company research. After researching the company, what's the best approach for dissecting a job description and matching your skills effectively?
Begin by highlighting key responsibilities and required qualifications. Compare these with your own experiences, even if they're from internships or academic projects. For example, if teamwork is emphasized, recall group assignments where you led or collaborated effectively.
That makes sense. But what if there's a gap between your skills and the requirements? Should candidates still apply or adjust their approach?
Absolutely apply, but be ready to address the gap proactively. Emphasize transferable skills and a willingness to learn. There's a Harvard Business Review study showing women, for instance, only apply when they meet 100% of criteria, while men apply at 60%. Don't let minor gaps hold you back.
Bringing up that statistic really highlights the point. Now, to stand out further, practicing common questions is key, right? Let's dive into practicing questions. How can the STAR method help candidates structure strong, memorable answers?
STAR: situation, task, action, result organizes your response into a story. For example, if asked about problem solving, describe the context, situation, your responsibility, task, the steps you took, action, and the positive outcome, result. This keeps answers focused and concrete.
That's a powerful framework. Should candidates practice aloud, or is silent rehearsal enough?
Practicing aloud is much better. It builds muscle memory, reduces filler words, and increases confidence. Recording yourself or doing mock interviews with a friend can reveal nervous tics or unclear phrasing. Think of it as a dress rehearsal before the big show.
And as we're discussing presentation, attire is another crucial component, which leads us to the next step. When it comes to attire, how should candidates decide between formal and smart casual? Is it ever risky to overdress or underdress?
It's all about matching the company culture. For traditional fields like banking opt for formal. Startups or creative agencies may prefer smart casual. Research company photos online for cues. Overdressing rarely hurts, but underdressing can imply you don't take the opportunity seriously.
Are there any statistics or studies supporting the impact of professional appearance during interviews?
Yes, a Yale study found that first impressions are formed in just 7 seconds, and attire plays a large part. 65% of interviewers said clothing choices could be a deciding factor when candidates are otherwise equally qualified.
So, looking the part sets the tone, but nonverbal cues during the interview are just as important. Let's discuss those critical first moments. Walk us through the first few seconds of an interview. How do body language and communication style influence the rest of the conversation?
A genuine smile, firm handshake, and direct eye contact can instantly build rapport. Using the interviewer's name shows attentiveness. Speaking clearly and pausing before answering projects calmness, think of it as setting your stage before the main act begins.
But nerves can make even the most prepared candidate stumble. What practical tips help maintain composure in those high-pressure moments?
Slow breathing, positive visualization, and mindful posture sitting upright and planting your feet anchor your presence. If you need a moment to think, say, That's an interesting question. Let me reflect briefly. This buys time and shows poise rather than panic.
That's great advice for staying grounded. Moving forward, let's talk about leaving a lasting impression once the interview wraps up. After the interview, what steps should candidates take to reinforce a positive impression and stand out from the crowd?
Start by thanking the interviewer in person as you leave, expressing appreciation for their time. Then, send a concise thank you email within 24 hours. Reference something specific from your conversation. This personal touch can tip the scales if the decision is close.
Does the follow-up really make a difference in hiring outcomes?
Absolutely. According to accountants, 80% of managers said thank you notes were helpful, yet only 24% of candidates send them. It's a simple gesture that demonstrates professionalism and strong communication skills.
To wrap up, let's review some bonus confidence strategies for anyone preparing for interviews. Beyond logistics, how can candidates build authentic confidence before and during interviews, especially if they're prone to anxiety?
Regular mock interviews, ideally recorded, offer invaluable feedback. Visualizing a successful interview primes your brain. For real performance athletes, use this technique to boost outcomes. Adopting positive body language, like open gestures, also sends confidence signals to both interviewer and self.
What would you say to someone who sees interviews as adversarial or intimidating?
Remember, interviewers want you to succeed. They're looking for a good fit, not trying to trap you. Reframing the interview as a two-way conversation helps shift your mindset from fear to curiosity, making the process more collaborative and less stressful.
That's a powerful perspective. Thanks for guiding us through every stage of confident interviewing, from preparation to follow-up and beyond.